You guys. There we go. I'm sorry. It's a little dark in here, but I've just been kind of upset about everything, and I wanted to give you guys an update because I have been kind of following everything online. And so, where the heck is my little stand? Oh, the doggy's gonna hate this. Oh. I knew she was gonna hate that. She started popping all over the place. It's been such a horrible day. I gotta be honest with you. Okay, there's Delilah. If you guys haven't seen her, there she is. So we're finding out right now that the people, the older man obviously was a disruptor, well-known disruptor at these type of events. I think he was obstructing, but I don't think he was like responsible. And so they now know that it was a sniper coming from about 200 yards away from a rooftop potentially, and they thought they had the guy. Okay. We just learned just a few minutes ago that the guy went through interview and he's not the guy. So now we have a gunman on the loose in Utah. If you want to know my speculation, who I think's responsible, you guys can go over to X. But I'm exhausted. I'm upset. You know, a lot of us have shed a lot of tears over this. This hit very, very close to home because a lot of the people that I'm affiliated with on that side of the aisle, this type of stuff that I don't really, share too much on our Bullhorn Betty show. We're all activists. We're all political activists. I mean, we're all out there. I mean, when 2026 elections come, when 2028 elections come, you guys know how active I get. And it's hard. It's hard because, I mean, we meet so many people and you get to know them. You know their personalities. I mean, you're not like friends where you're calling each other on the phone, but you're at all the same events. You're saying hi to each other. You know each other by face and name. And it's just very, very, very difficult. And I was so hopeful. One of the reasons why I didn't really publish it's just been, this whole thing's been very, very upsetting. Definitely not anything that I thought would happen in a million years. I mean, the president, the cabinet, other political people, I can see that's why we have, our armed, have them armed. We have security for them. This, we have no security. I mean, he's at a point in his, in his life that he could afford top-notch security. But there's a lot of people out and about that don't have that. It's just, it's hard for me. It's hard for me. But I wanted to come on here and let you guys know that I know you guys are getting a lot of mixed information out there right now. So I just wanted to kind of bring you guys home and tell you guys what's going on. Old man, I still think why obstruct in such a situation like that? But the old man is an obstructionist. He's been known for being an obstructionist. I don't think he had a firearm or even fired a firearm. I think he was obstructing. That's what I think he was doing. How he was obstructing, I don't know. But definitely nothing he would have had at his distance would have made what I saw on X. I saw it while I was live. I didn't know I was about to see it. I thought it would cut off for some reason, and I saw it, and I kind of lost it a little bit because, again, this is somebody I knew. But he's not the guy. And so they thought they did catch the guy. They thought they caught him. They had a suspect down at the station, and after being... after thorough interrogation, thank you, Grave Crime with Grace. I'll have to thank you more formally tomorrow. I'm just not, as you can imagine, I'm not really in the mood. I'm in shock still. Like I'm just in complete disbelief. I've lost my complete appetite. I can't eat. I'm nauseous. Like my brain is just mush right now. It's not even collecting actual thoughts, to be honest with you. But the guy's not the guy. The guy's not the guy. And so that means that we don't know who it is. I have a sneaky suspicion on who I think is responsible, because we went after the purse strings. Okay, we went after the purse strings. We cut, the corrupted TV off. We got the corrupted, nonprofits. We're starting to attack the nonprofits. We found a litany of nonprofit abuse in the Doge searches. I mean, we cut off the money to the snake. That's what happened, okay? We cut off money to the snake. And then all of this stuff about Russiagate came out, and that is like very, very treasonous. This was not about Charlie, in my opinion. This wasn't about Charlie at all. This was about Donald Trump. Charlie, he started out in college. He had nothing, right? And he just had his voice, like many of us. We just started out with our voice, on a corner of a street somewhere with a sign somewhere. That's how pretty much Charlie started, okay? Except he was on the college ground, and he had a way of resonating. And Donald Trump saw him and saw his activism and really, 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 just supported him. He has one of the largest conservative political organizations that get some of the heavy hitter names in there. Even Donald Trump, just about every single year I've been there, Donald Trump, his children, I could just, like, some of these are from these, I think one's from the DC event. This is from one of the events. Dan Bongino was there. This is all before, Pete Hegseth. This is all before they are in the positions that they're in. We all were there for a purpose. We all came there for a purpose. We were all there supporting Turning Points USA. We were all there. This is the organization that Charlie Kirk had. And this was just one of many. This was in Tampa. This was, I think this one was 2022. I just came back from SAS. I was just there. I was doing lives out in my car. This man was a brilliant person that knew how to speak and debate. Like, he did nothing wrong. It was his words. I don't think this was about him at all. What I think this was about is, I think it was about Donald Trump. I think it was about the mission. I think it was about MAGA. I think it was about all the stuff coming out, and they just wanted to hurt him. I really, really, really believe, and nobody's really going to convince me otherwise. The person that did this knew what they were doing. One shot, far away. This is a military trained person, okay? This is somebody with connections. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They didn't mince their words, okay? Charlie doesn't do anything that's going to get him, unalived. He speaks. He's not in a war zone. He speaks. He debates. He debates the topic, not the people. He's a debater. He's very, very crafty. He's very skilled in debating. By far one of the best debaters I have ever heard. I know one day he was going to make it into politics. He was going to turn this into something for the future of this America. He was a good person. He was young, 31. He's a baby. He truly is a baby, and we don't even know who did this to him. Specifically, we know who did this to him. We know who did this to him. But who was specifically the one with the firearm? That's going to lead us to who this was. But I'm worried because I think this was a government not from our side. I think we're going to find out that, cameras were down in certain areas, that, we just have a lot of stuff here. But that's all I have. Pray for America tonight. This is insane. I don't know what other word to use other than insane. Like, is this really what we all want? I mean, I can't believe that this is that we want, that the citizens of this country want. And I have to think that somewhere, certainly, there's some common ground here. This can't certainly be the way that we envision America, any of us. This was a father. And I'm going to say the same thing as the governor. If you cheered, if you're happy, you might want to look into yourself just a little bit. Because at the end of the day, none of us are the same, right? I absolutely believe in uniqueness. I think I'm pretty unique. I think every single one of you are unique. I don't think that we're all the same. We all have differences. How can our differences be this lethal? These are words. I use words every day. I fight for everybody to use their words every day. He fought for everybody to use. That's why we all kind of, you understand why we all kind of have this big family? It's because we all are fighting for our words. We're all fighting for our say. I mean, we all have this vested interest in this country to do good and to be the best we can. And when we are firing on all cylinders, we help thy neighbor, the other countries. We are a great nation. We're a very philanthropic nation. You guys know what I'm saying, nation. We love people. We just don't like people, one, robbing us blind, and two, not asking politely to come into our home. These are just things we cannot accept because there's real consequences to that. We're seeing mayhem coming from our courts. This is not just, dumb people doing dumb things, right? This was designed. I'm praying to God that there's the silver lining in Charlie is that we all unite and say no more. No more political violence. No more, we don't like what you say, your words are worth you dying for. No more. We can't be here and cover true crime cases that are riddled with violence and abuse and drugs and alcohol and then be like, oh, we want they didn't say what we wanted them to say. We want them down. Let's whatever. You guys hear it online. I can't say it here because they censor the crap out of us, especially with this hashtag right now. So, that's got to stop. You want to scream your vile. Just, you guys have your coves, we have our coves. If that really is what it is, then ignore it. They're words. Did you see the guy behind him in the black shirt? He stepped up and made some type of signal. We need to go through that. It's just, guys, I got to tell you, the video, you guys saw me when I saw it. I mean, it is very, when it's not, when we cover cases and we see crap like that and it's somebody else and we're covering the case, you know, we can kind of do it. It doesn't really kind of hit home. But when I'm seeing somebody that I know, that I've, you know, been around different events with for over the last decade, when it's their case, it's a little harder to sit and analyze a video. I've got to be honest with you. I'm not looking forward to looking into this at all. Me too. That was rough. I wasn't, you know, I should know. X is definitely not Twitter. They are true free press. You know, I love it and I hate it. You know, I love it and I hate it. But I just, it shocked me. I don't think the shock of watching the video has quite subsided with me yet, because I'm still nauseous, you know. All the cases are hard. Well, they're hard. They're hard. The children cases are hard. This was brutal for me. This was really rough. But I don't see myself, I mean, it's going to take days before I go back to that video and analyze it. And that's if I do. I can't. I really just can't. But I guess this is just a shout out to Utah. If you're in Utah, you know, if you're in that area, look at your footage. We got to start doing what we would do in a criminal case, right? So we need to have the big call out for anybody that's going to be covering this case, any content creators that's going to be covering this case. We need to start figuring out, even though I'm a little foggy in my head, you know, we need to start reminding people, start going through your footage, start looking at your dash cam, start, you know, we've got to start saying, you know, those things, because those are things that are integral in these types of investigations. And it's going to take the people stepping up to the plate and the people doing due diligence to start investigating for themselves in that area. Stay out of the cops' way. I'm not saying, you know, start your own investigation, but each and every person out in Utah that is watching this, or any other content creator that is going to be covering this case, I'm going to have to start running. We got to do standard SOP with true crime, right? SOP is letting people know we need, we're going to need days in advance. This was scoped out. I guarantee this was scoped out. So we need people to try to figure out when this was starting to be planned. We need that you guys can get on social media feeds and everything like that. But we need camera footage. Anybody, we need to start saying, anybody, what's today's date? I don't even know what today's date. My head is so foggy. I know it's a Wednesday. That's about as much as I know. It's a Wednesday. So I would say there was one post from a guy named Odom saying that Charlie Kirk is going to be there tomorrow, and tomorrow a big event's going to happen. I hope the cops went and grabbed him and scooped his little butt up. We found that. But anybody, I would say a week out from Wednesday of last week, I would have to think Wednesday of last week, maybe 2 weeks, they would have known 2 weeks in advance that they were here, because that's at minimum. And as soon as that was known by somebody, that means somebody, if they were out that long, somebody would have probably had to leak, because I know they don't really put those, well, I guess they would. We need to find the original flyer for this event. That's what we need to do. If anybody can start searching that, we need to find the original flyer for the event out there at the school, and then work from there, because I guarantee it's going to be around the time that that original flyer was sent, that some type of preparations were being made. So we got to start looking for people. If people out there have security cameras, and you guys have weeks back and you're nearby that area, if you see anything, I would just start turning it over, because I don't even think cops, in a situation that's this fluid, I don't even know if the cops know what they're looking for yet until they start getting footage in and reviewing it and start seeing somebody fleeing or somebody running or something out of the ordinary. Can you guys still hear me? I've got committee people starting to call me now. So, hold on. Can you guys hear me? Okay, you guys can? Okay. Yeah, when the phone rings, it's definitely, if it breaks through, devastate up. See, that's my committee people. They're just now starting to hear about it too. Definitely, how on earth did a psycho, guys, this is not a psycho freak. This was a trained person. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, this was a trained person. This was somebody, this is something. This is something. This is something. This is not a school student. I'll tell you that. Okay? It's not a student. So we can eliminate the student body. I don't know any student body there that has the skills that we just saw. It was one shot. It was right to the carotid. That was trained. It was perfect. Okay? This was not a Butler, Pennsylvania, we got the president's ear. This was a professional hit. Okay? 200 feet away, I think, was it 200 yards or 200 feet? I always get my yards and feet when because my brain is truly foggy. I can't even get the video out of my mind. No, it's pretty. Okay, so we got feet, yeah. If it was yards, it would even be worse. But feet, still, that's 200 yards. Somebody's saying yards. Can somebody confirm that? Can somebody just look up, do grok? Go over to X, do grok, and ask how many yards they believe, or how many feet. How far was the distance? You guys, I'll tell you, 200 yards. Yeah, that's what I thought. 200 yards. That's tough. It's not feet. It's yards. That's professional. That's professional. So, I don't know. Some people are saying feet. Some people are saying yards. So, I thought I read feet. So, I'm waiting for 2 football fields. That's 200 feet. All right, that's yards. You're right. Never mind. What am I thinking about? That's yards. I don't understand how they didn't. Proven Smith that they didn't. It was out. I know. I heard that, Justin. It was outside. It was on a building. Okay, we got confirmation. It's yards. That's a tough shot. Okay, no matter what, it is a and you guys got to remember. Think about football fields. Okay, think about how big a football field is. And it's 2 football fields. You got 50. Don't we have 50 yards on one? That's 100 yards. Plus so you're. Would you like to? Oh, that's Nightbot. I was reading. That's funny. I'm just reading. Somebody heard and saw someone. That they did. Absolutely saw suspect. That's why I'm here. No, the suspect. That's why we're here. They let the suspect go, not the old guy. The old guy was obstructing. That's why he was arrested. I know it was all confusing, but it wasn't him. And when I saw the video and you guys heard me scream, I knew that was not from anywhere in that arena. It was a very powerful shot. I mean, this is going to be hard, so if you guys need to turn your, it's not another Butler. Butler was really not, I mean, he got it. He would have had a good shot, but he was not a professional hit. Well, in part, I still feel like the kid had training. Something's not right with that one either. But I figured if Trump's in office and nothing more's come out of it after him being in office, then that might have been some wackadoo guy. But I still don't understand how he managed to get through, the first perimeter. I think he got through first and second perimeter. He just wasn't inside the event, and he was able to scale a building and get on top of the building, the exact building that all of the law enforcement were hanging out in the AC when they should have been out in the field. Just weird stuff. But this guy, I think, it was very powerful. And again, turn your volume down. I'm about to tell you guys this. For those that haven't watched the video, you don't want to watch the video. If I said when the shot hit him, I saw at least a gallon, almost a gallon of blood. I knew. That's why I squealed so loud. I knew. I mean, it wasn't a little bit. It was awful. It was one of the worst, most horrific things I had ever seen. And we were all feeling that. You guys know how I tell you that when you're there in person, you get all of those feelings and senses, and you really do. It's something, unless you know what I'm talking about, or if you've ever witnessed it, we feel all of this from the screen, and we feel very strongly about it. But when you're there, all those people were feeling it. Okay, feeling it like what we're feeling, but probably amplified by 1,000, maybe 10,000. Those people witnessed something absolutely horrific. Those were our next generation. Those are college students. They should have never been subjected to that kind of violence and terror. They were subjected to that violence and terror. And I just don't understand. We know where it's coming from. And only people that are in complete denial can dispute where this is coming from. And I'm just going to ask you guys, we have really an opportunity to make some changes. We've got 2026 that's right around the corner, and 2028. I am appealing to your good sense. I am appealing to all the good-hearted people, the right, left, and dead center. We cannot afford to keep going like this. We just can't. I don't know how to get through to people, but the people that they are hiring for trendy reasons, it's killing us. In every sense you can imagine, it is killing us. And look what it's doing to our children. The scars that they now have to grow up with and deal with for the rest of their lives. This just probably ruined many kids' lives out there that are now going to quit their higher education because of this horrific event. There are some people that no matter how much counseling you give them will never be able to overcome. Exactly. And all of the parents that are seeing all these things going on in schools where our gun-free zones, sending your children into a place sitting ducks, a soft target for any deranged lunatic to make a name. It's just, I don't know if we can all keep affording to live like this. I mean, I love you. I don't care who you, at the end of the day, humanity comes first. You know? Where the hell did all of our humanity go? I mean, it's one thing to talk shit and, say nasty things to one another online, but when did that go and become so distorted where we're starting to want to, seriously hurt each other? Is this where the human race is going? Are we really, is the American citizens in this country really going to allow this to be our new America? I don't like it. I don't like it. What was wrong with what we had yesterday? Why did it all have to change? We had great schools. We had normalcy, stability, a promise for the future, an American dream. And within this battle for 10 years, they've managed to squander. It seems like they're all high on the hog, living the best life while we're all struggling to pay for it all. And then and then they got us all up in here in these streets fighting with each other so they can cause this confusion to keep stealing from us? Are we really that dumb? As a society, has our education and the crap they've been pumping in our system really made all of us this stupid? Because I feel like I'm living in a twilight zone here. And certainly some of y'all do too. And we know who caused that, Brian. We definitely know who caused that. There's got to be a better way. This ain't it. This ain't it. This was a promising man that had 2 beautiful children and a wife that were completely tortured. Those children are going to forever be scarred. Why? Because he spoke his truth? He spoke his truth. I go out, I'm in those streets all the time with a bullhorn in front of sometimes murderers' homes. In front of murderers' homes. Think about that. And this guy is on a college campus. Any activist and advocate out there, this terrifies us. This shakes us to our core because, I was going through my other channel. I had, that I haven't been on for a while because I built the Bullhorn Betty channel, and I haven't been on my personal channel. I haven't even realized people have been, all my friends have been writing me. Probably thought I was DOA or something, right? And I'm over there and I'm looking at it, and it's just years and years and years of activism and work. And it was, I got to tell you, the time of my life too. All the great people I met, all the amazing things I did. I mean, like I said, the people that were nobody when we started this. The people that were nobodies when we started this. Let me show you a few. There's Stephen Davis. You guys know Brandon? Candace? These were all nobodies when we started. When we started all of this, these were nobodies. Nobody. Nobody really knew who Benny Johnson was. Or Sebastian Gorka. Or for that matter, Dan Bongino. It was, I don't know how to express it. It was the time of all of our lives. We felt like we had a purpose. We were doing something. We all came from a place of love. We never, ever talked about going and pew-pewing somebody because they thought differently. You don't see us at the drag show. Come on, right? If we're so horrible, why aren't we at the drag shows with our pew? It's always us that are the targets. While they're always saying it's them that are the targets, but we are really the casualties. While they're sitting there propagating that somehow they're the victims. I can tell you I had crap thrown at me, spit on me, tossed at me, things, horrible things, said to me, done to me, all because of how I think. That's not right. And then when people are outraged, it's like, oh, well, when the mask came off, well, Don't be mean to the people that choose to still wear masks. But you guys condemned me and told me I was killing grandma for not wearing one. So it's okay for me to be treated like pure shit, have shit thrown at me, have me talked to the worst way as possible, and I'm supposed to be polite. It's always a one-way street. I'm tired of it, and I'm tired of not talking about it. And I'm tired of people condemning people that do decide to talk about it. It's time to start talking about it. It's time to start talking about the violence from the left. It's time to start talking about black on white crime for no reason. It's not racist, it's reality. And it's time for all of us to take ownership of it. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to shut my mouth. It is time for us to have the conversations, because I will be damned. I will be damned. We all have to start using our common sense and showing love to one another. This is not okay. And it's not okay to celebrate it either. If anybody is celebrating what happened to Charlie, you really need to look at yourself. Because at the end of the day, life, the preservation of life, should trump anything. Anything. Because if he can be assassinated for his words, so can you. Think about that. God bless.